Welcome, race fans. I think Zach's got me right now. Appreciate everyone joining us. Happy Independence Day. We've got a small Madera Club race for everyone. Looks like some people are joining us right now. We kick off at 1 o'clock, and we will start this Independence celebration with our opening ceremonies, which will start with the invocation, and then we'll move right into the national anthem, and then we'll have our late models for you. So we've got King Coventry right now for our invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you with a great deal of thanks. Thanks for allowing us to participate in a sport that you've been involved with here at Madera Speedway ever since it opened. It's with your guidance and your help that each one of us gets through the trying time, because racing is such a trying situation, but it involves so many people. We give thanks to the promoter who's obligated to come out and do the best job and have the best automobile racing that there is in the West Coast. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you continue to be with each and every one of us, that you understand our little problems and handle them with care, but it was also up to us to come to you to ask for guidance in a tough situation. We ask these things in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Now we're about ready with our nation's greatest song, the national anthem. I think Zach's going to pan the field. We've got our drivers with various flags, and he'll pan the field while we're playing the national anthem. Thank you, Michael. We've got Madera late models will be up first. Looks like they're going to clear the track. Anthony will be all ready to go here and get everyone rolling, so we'll go right into the program here. Who's with us out there? Brittany Bowles, I can only see the flag. What else would you want to see on an Independence Day at a speedway than the flag? I can't think of anything better. So what we have here today is a club race. It's probably or will be the smallest race of the season. We just popped this on the schedule 2 weeks ago. We were actually thinking about running a test, and we decided since there would be no club racing in July, because their next race is August 1st, we'd put a club race in. So what we did, because so many people already had plans, rented houses, have family gatherings, different things they're at right now, we gave them a throwaway race. So actually right now what we have on the track is MSTs and sedans are going around taking a tribute lap that they're taking. Then we'll leave the late models on the track. Last night we had about 4 or 5 more late models on the property, so there's about 15. Several of the cars are saving for the TV show because we have our second televised race, first race in July for the TV show, July 11th. So they're saving their cars there. Madera late models. We've already run 3 races. We've had 33 different competitors compete in the late model series. Normally we have a car count of about 20 cars. I'll give you the points right now, the rundown in the Madera late model points. Lily Mead is the point leader, followed by Trevor Schlunt, then Austin Herzog, followed by Mike Shapiro and Jacob Smith rounding out the top 5. 6th is Lauren Papakuntz. 7th, Joy Brazil. 8th is Matt Kuntz, then Calvin Hedgie, then John Schlunt. What you'll notice is Kent Cam, Papa Kuntz, that whole group, some of our favorite racers. They have a great time. They race for the right reasons, have a lot of fun. And what we have is they're not here. They're already out on a break somewhere, having a little bit of a vacation weekend, it looks like. So we're working with a small crew here. So let me switch a feed here, and I'll get right back with you guys. Working on some of our different issues we had, trying to navigate through some of our problems we had last week. So I'm hooking another device up. We did a lot of testing last week, so we'll keep navigating and working our way through what we were working on last week. Coming back. Just 1 second. I'm going to restart a device here. Okay, so to 11th place, again, Lily Mead's point leader, followed by Trevor Schlunt, Austin Herzog, Mike Shapiro, Jacob Smith rounding out top 5. 11th place, Buddy Shepard. Then Jeremy Doss, Dale McIntosh, Joey East, Jay Jolison, Mike Beeler, Dylan Zampa, Logan Zampa, Matt Erickson, and Michael Mitchell rounding out the top 20. So what we have right now, looks like the cars are about ready to go. They're ready to go anytime. They're still belting drivers in. Once they're ready, Anthony, our race director, will get the cars just rolling immediately. On the starting lineup for tonight, you'll see Trevor Schlunt on the pole. He was our fast qualifier. Garland Tyler on the outside. Tim Skoglin inside second row, having some clutch issues, though. Then we've got Lily Mead, the point leader. Second row outside, Justin Westmoreland. Good to have Justin back. He's tuning up, getting ready for some pro races. He'll go off in the 5th position, then Dale McIntosh 6th, Haley Lyles 7th, John Schlunt 8th, and then Joey Brazil in 9th. Again, this is they get to pick. The drivers aren't here. They'll use that as a throwaway race. Zach looked at me kind of funny. Heard a little static, I believe, right there. Didn't like that. So what we're doing is rehooking a bonded unit right here. Got one not behaving itself. Drivers are getting belted in, and we'll be rolling just a second here. We did a lot of work to our live stream. Anyone watching last week, you know, we dropped that signal. Jim Dale, aloha from my couch. Aiden Kaiser, hello from Las Vegas. We've got James O'Brien from Florida. Hello, James. You're a long distance guy so far. Let's see if we can get another one of these units hooked back up. We've got a third bonded unit that we've set up this week. And we've got one that's being a little hard-headed, disconnected. Jason Lawton, are you going to be out there for your main? No, Jason Lawton is broke. That car is broke. Rachel Cam, happy 4th of July, and good luck to all the drivers. Rachel, we miss you and your entire family. Just mentioned all the boys, and really enjoyed you guys being out here. They have a lot of fun with you guys here. Trying to get this third bonded unit back up, and it's being hard-headed already. It worked great all last night. So we're relying on 2 of them. At least we're not in Apollo 13 heading to the moon, I guess, huh, Zach? We've got more horsepower in our hands than they had. All right, let's give this a shot here. Well, hopefully we've got enough there. We've running with the 2. Zach will kind of pan around a little bit for us. We'll mostly be with the leaders. You'll see him float around here a little bit. We've got a 1 camera shoot, just giving you a little something. Most of our guys are on break right now for the holiday weekend. Zach was kind enough to come out and give us a hand. Who's the driver in the 73? Garland Tyler. Garland Tyler. Second row, or actually first row outside Garland will start in that 73 car. Very fast. Charlotte Lander, thank you so much for the live feed. We've got 2 to go right now. You're welcome, Charlotte. Wish we could give you the entire feed. Flag stand cameras, grandstand cameras. Look for that. The next club race, August 1st, will be quite the setup. Robert Julesen, happy 4th of July to you. If you guys are out there, let us know where you're from. Stephen Blakesley always likes to do that. It's kind of fun. So if you're out there watching, go ahead and let us know where you're at. 1 to go. Frank McVie gives the 1 to go sign. Ready to roll here. This car's crawled down the back straightaway. Trevor Slent's got a small lead, about a nose lead, heading into the start box. He'll pull the trigger first in that bright orange car, takes it late in the box, gets a nice start. Garland Tyler's right with him. Sun shines out, so the bottom groove should be the preferred groove right now. A few cars, Dale McIntosh working the high side, moving into fourth place on the outside of Skoglund. Got the 21 car Slent loose on the back. Garland Tyler tucks up right on the back bumper of the 28 car and goes to work. Lily Mead in the 16 car has been very, very fast all weekend. Garland Tyler's car really hunting through the corners, right up underneath the back end of the 28 car. Trevor Slent's got to keep that car tucked right in the middle of the corner. Yellow flag's out. 23 car, Joey Brazil around in turn 3. Zach will kind of navigate gently over there for us. Only having 1 camera presents a little bit of a challenge. We don't have cutaway cameras, and a lot of times we'll have 1 camera that's designated to move rapidly to a wreck. So we're doing this the old-fashioned way, the way we started back in 2011 with 1 camera as we were growing the TV show. Brittany Bowles, I'm in Fresno at work. Hello, Brittany. We miss you here. Maria Rotella, what number is Tim? Tim is number 9. Tim Skoglund is already in the infield. Clutch problems. White number 9. What a shame, because he was one of the fastest cars, was at the top of the leaderboard, speed board, I should say, during the entire practice sessions. Very, very good race car. I think they were going to probably have a shot at winning this thing today. DJ Safety Crews checking out turn 3 for us. Just having a good look at the track. Making sure everything looks good. Again, next week, July 11th, we'll do a full production for our MAV TV production, while at the same time, we will produce a live stream with all parts, pieces, tools, about 17 cameras, full switchers. So it'll be pretty elaborate. We're testing this stream, and while we were testing, we thought we'd give our fans that can't be here that we miss so much something to actually look at today and enjoy. This is an early afternoon race. Like I said, we popped this on the schedule about 2 weeks ago. Wasn't planned on being on the schedule. So it was a little bit different for our drivers, so we gave them a throwaway race. It was either this or do a practice, so we thought we'd pay them a little something, have them come out, have some fun. We can all go home and barbecue. Frank McVie, 2 to go right now. Crossed them up, 2 to go. I see Zach looking at me for a little bit of static we're having. We're doing something different. This microphone's actually going down into Zach's camera and coming back into the feed. So we'll do our best to give you the best picture we can. Rod Carsey just logged on to watch while packing. We're going to miss you, Rod. Might have to come back and buy a racetrack in Indiana. Zach likes flying. He could fly a big plane with all of our gear in it for us. I'm not bad wheeling an airplane around either. I could fly right seat to him. 1 to go. Frank's got that one finger in the air, but it's the right finger. His little character's on the back side of the stand this week, Zach, so we'll have to get a shot at his little cartoon character. 28 car, Trevor Schlent on the point. Garland Tyler a nose back. Garland's kind of pulling the pace back. I'm sure the race director wants him right up there beside him. What you'll see is that 28 is going to roll around. You'll see 2 bright yellow lines. 28 has the right to pull the trigger first. That's what they're looking for. Deep in the box again. Nice start by Trevor Schlent. Garland Tyler makes a big run on the outside. Again, the sun's out. It's not much there. It looks like Garland Tyler is going to tuck right in behind him, but the 26 of Dale McIntosh takes the outside and makes it work. Rolls past Lily Mead. They're 2x2 coming off turn 4. Looks like a pace lap again. Lily Mead nosing in. That 16 car in third place is nosing in. She's fighting Dale McIntosh back. They're side by side down the back straightaway. 16 and 28 of Dale McIntosh, while Trevor Schlent's going back to work on the leader, Garland Tyler. 26, Dale McIntosh slides back. Not enough groove on the outside yet. And again, we resealed the track earlier this year. Just not much out there. So I give Dale McIntosh a lot of credit for stepping out there and going to work. 73 car Garland Tyler leading right now, coming to the start-finish line. Lap 5, heading to 40. The 9 car going to work in 4th place. The 9 car is going to work on Dale McIntosh. Dale a little bit sideways down the back straightaway. That 9 car is really looking good. That's Justin Westmoreland joining the pro late model ranks. I think he's going to be a real tough competitor when it's time to roll in some TV races. Nosing underneath the 26 car right now, Dale McIntosh. Looks like the 9 car broke coming off of turn 2. Something happened to the 9. Slow down the back straightaway. Zach staying with him. Crawling around the front. We'll see if he's able to get to the infield or what actually broke on the car. Hopefully it didn't drop down on the suspension. Looks okay. I noticed that in practice. The same thing happened to Well, and he's going off the track. It looks like in turn 1, Zach will pick the leader up right when they go by right here. Zach's one of our really good cameramen, very smooth. Garland Tyler in the black number 73 car, the white nose, is our leader right now, followed by Trevor Schlent, then Lily Mead, then Dale McIntosh, John Schlent, and Haley Lyles. Again, we've had 33 different competitors compete. We average about 20. Most of the guys and gals are on an off weekend for holiday, but we wanted to have a little fun. We didn't think it would be right to not race on a 4th of July weekend. Not able to do fireworks. We normally have a big spectacular. This is known as the Reverend Ron Spencer Red, White, and Blue Classic. Also the Jeff Dorn Classic. That's why you'll see twin 24 lappers for the Toyota sedans and MSTs. Again, Garland Tyler off of turn 4 takes a start-finish line for lap 11. 29 laps to go. Got a good battle in the back, but we're going to stay with the leaders right now. We'll stay right there with the leaders. Haley Lyles just drove by John Schlent. Haley Lyles, one of our junior drivers, picking up some good experience. Dave Pereira, happy 4th of July. Especially last weekend's MAV event. Thanks, Dave. We wish we wouldn't have dropped the feed, and that's why I've been working around the clock on this feed this week, trying to straighten it out. We've tested every day this week. Dave Pereira, our long-time race director, been with me since Altamont. And Dave's semi-retired now. We're going to try and get him going again down the road sometime. Maybe bring him in for the big event. What do you think, Dave? Maybe October 3rd, come in here and help us. Quite a program. Really intense racing. And on the back straightaway, Haley Lyles is parked off of turn 2. Zach's going to just crawl right over there nice and smooth and got a shot of her. She had worked her way past John Slent. Haley Lyles is working her way into our junior late model program, so we'll see her with our 5150 junior late models. We had 18 of them last week. We had 4 additional juniors that were not here. There's 22 that are ready to roll. Who else is out there? Let's see. Gary Hogan. Got the meat in the smoker. Let's go racing. My smoker brother, Gary. I will, hopefully we're going to be done here about 3 o'clock, we anticipate. I should have some Richwood meat barbecue going myself, some tri-tip, hopefully by about 6:30. Got some good guys helping us clean up here. How many laps is the race? James O'Brien, we're 40. These are local club races. They're 40 laps. And like I said, normally if it weren't, we popped this on the schedule, you'd see about 18 to 20 club racers that go typically. They always go 40 laps. MAV TV shows will be 80 laps. We go 50 and a 30-lap break, or 50 and 50 for 100 laps, or the short track shootout will be 150 laps. So they've really got a tune up there. Rachel Cam, come back, Dave. Boy, we're going to start a comeback Dave campaign for Dave Pereira here, aren't we? Well, we appreciate everyone joining us, and like I say, we're just doing a little tune up here. Oh, there's Frank's buddy. We've got Frank's buddy on the flag stand. He had a different friend from Jungle Book last week. Little guy had a mask on, and they ended up with a beer at the end of the night. Red flag's out, so I think we've got some oil all the way around the racetrack from the 15 car. Unfortunately, I saw Trevor Schlunt motioning something last time he came by, and that red flag is out for a reason. We've got oil everywhere around the racetrack right now. Nose of the 23 cars kind of smashed. I didn't see if it came there, but the trail of oil leads right to the back of Haley Lyle's car, the 15. So normally this is the part we'd play commercials for you, or we would show some promos if we had our commercial broadcast unit going, but it's just one camera, myself, and a monitor right now. Let's go over. I'm going to check some statistics here, see how we're doing. What we've got here is what's happened the last couple weeks, especially last week when we lost our feed. As the signal would drop, and I've explained this several times, we've got horrible cell service. The infrastructure coming in the fairgrounds is just about non-existent. It's an old dial-up, you've got mail-type signal that we've got here. And so what we do, it's a microwave point-to-point that we bring a little bit of little service in, then we've got bonded cell backing it up. And when we would drop that signal, it would drop and not reconnect. So what we've done is working with a company called Teradac. They've helped us build backup streams in, so if a signal drops, it will immediately pick back up. So if you do see something go out or a dip, we should be able to pick it right back up. You won't lose this feed. We did it yesterday and crashed it on purpose about 6 or 7 times. It worked perfectly all day. But of our 3 bonded devices that cover the microwave point-to-point, we lost one initially when we first came up. So we're running on 2 backup devices right now, plus the point-to-point. Madera late models on the track right now. The guys are putting, they've got a lot of oil down from that 15 car. So Madera late models on the track right now. After the Madera late models, we will have the hobby stocks. We've got a couple cars out for an exhibition run today. And then after that, we'll have the Jeff Dorn Classic Twin 24s. And that will feature the Toyota sedans and the MSTs together. Someone had asked a few minutes ago, and unfortunately, Jason Lawton's car, he broke. And Tim Scoglin's car broke, and they were parked in the Austin Herzog pit area. So we're not sure what's going on there. Have to get with Jason and find out if there's something crazy going on in that pit area. So both of their cars are out. Pair of 9 cars in the infield right now. Justin Westmoreland hit the infield. He's heading off the track, and Tim Scoglin's car is out as well, the 9 car, with clutch problem on Scoglin. And I'm not sure what the problem, trying to get a report on the 9 car of Justin Westmoreland. There's Tim Scoglin's car on the screen. We're moving back around here, but Zach gave us a shot of Tim's car there, the 9 car. Typically, the club races, what we like to see is no contact. Tune-up races, really hammer down hard racing, but You've got 3 different groups that primarily attend the club races. You'll have the folks racing for points. There's typically about 10 dedicated cars racing for points in the club race series. Then you'll have TV drivers that'll come in and tune up. So they'll pop in, pop out. You'll see different tune-up drivers at times. And then you'll see another group that they'll race some TV races and some club races. So very, very interesting combination. 2 weeks ago on the 20th, those of you that watched on our live stream, the club racing was more like a TV race. It was hammer down, big-time racing. And that's not a good sign. Lily Mead's car pushed into the infield, the 16 car. That's our point leader. And right behind Lily is Trevor Schlunt in the points. So she was running third, Trevor was second. That could be a little rough on her championship campaign. Today's kind of a day off for the club racers fighting for points, meaning a day off. We don't have a big field, but typically they'll have 20 cars. So a mistake like this, if Lily goes out of the race, you could lose 25, 28 points easily. Today it would be hard to lose probably any more than about 12 points or so, 12 to 14 points on your competitor. But Lily's she has 15 points ahead. She's 15 points in the lead right now in the championship. And it looks like there was a lot of oil coming out of Lily's car as well. So the 15 car was leaking oil of Haley Lyles, and Lily Mead's car leaking a lot of oil as well. Not a good sign for the point leader. Jump back over to our chat real quick, see who else is out there. Bill Wise, happy 4th of July from the Wise family, 87. Seth Wise. Speaking of Seth Wise, what a drive that was last Saturday. Wasn't the fastest car. Ended up with the Madera Speedway Biggest Mover Award, $250 bonus from coming the farthest back in the field, gaining the most positions. And Seth won the final race of the 2019 5150 Junior Late Model Series. And he won the first race this year. Had to work for it. But Seth's certainly one of the favorites on our MAV TV series, watched by an enormous amount of people. Hundreds of thousands of people across the country watch us. We're moving to, or we just moved, I should say, to Monday nights. They've taken the fight night out, and there's Monday night racing on MAV TV, so we're really excited about that. So you'll see the very first races for MAV TV pop up starting August 1st. Mandy Lawton, thank you for live. Happy 4th, Mandy. Too bad Jason's out. We could cover him with some cameras, but his car broke. Yeah, like I say, it's just a single car, or pardon me, a single camera feed. Got cars on my mind. I'd like to be in one. Single camera feed tonight, and then this microphone's hooked into that camera. So it's certainly not our production or our television production quality with multiple cameras. But we wanted to give you something to work with, and we wanted to test this feed. We made some big adjustments. Stephen Blakesley. What is everyone having for dinner on the 4th? Let's distract Kenny with food talk. You know me, Stephen. I already talked about Richwood Meat Tri-Tip. See, Stephen likes to ask about what your favorite food is at different racetracks. Let's do this differently. We'll kind of put my twist on Stephen Blakesley's fun questions. What's your favorite food to barbecue? That's what I want to know. This is a barbecue, biggest weekend of the year. I saw Stephen was off camping, I believe. I thought I saw where he got married. He was camping under the tree where he got married. I thought that was pretty cool. So what's your favorite food to barbecue? Anytime, but especially on 4th of July. I know mine is Richwood Meat Tri-Tip. A little bit slow of a cook in the smoker, though. Yep, there we go, Maria. Tri-Tip. That's about an hour and 15 to an hour and 40 minutes longest. I love doing ribs or pulled pork where I can just wind that smoker up, let it go for, especially with a big pulled pork, let it go 10 or 12 hours. We miss that. We do a lot of different feeds here on Friday night. Rachel Cam says ribs. Rachel's had some of our pulled pork sandwiches out here that I slow cook starting on a club race. Friday nights are a lot of fun for me. Stephen Blakesley, what do you're skinny as a rail. Do you guys even ever barbecue up there? What's your barbecue? Jim Dale, chili. Best chili I've ever had. We had Jim Dale and I put one of our better feeds on that we've ever had. Last year, Jim made his award-winning chili. And I made, I believe it was Tri-Tip that weekend, Richwood Meat Tri-Tip. Charlotte, ribeye steak. Oh, here we go. Bill Wise, brisket, 10 hours in the smoker. See, when you're sponsored by 805 Twisted Tea and Michelob Ultra, a long, slow smoke is really good. Joshua, tri-tip with Kenny's barbecue sauce, the boss sauce. That's some good stuff there, Josh. Well, we told our staff that this was going to be an easy weekend. It's supposed to be real easy. The problem is it just got tough. They've got 3 lines of oil all around this place, don't they, Zach? I said, we're going to be out of here no later than 3. There's not going to be a mark on a race car. All the guys tell your wives you'll be home barbecuing by 5. And they put down enough speed zorb here that I think we've got the janitor and the guy cleaning the bathrooms out there working on the track right now from what I see. There's a pretty big oil line leaving the racetrack, too, and I think the only car I saw go that way, well, it might have been the Lyles car. We're going to turn this thing into a trophy dash. Ryan Bowman, ribs. Gary Hogan, ribs, but doing pulled pork and beef short ribs today. Gary, you're like me. I actually don't eat that much, but I love to cook for other people. And what I really enjoy doing, I've got that pit cart smoker that I built. I've got, I guess, a smoker addiction would say, or an overload of them. Ask Tammy, she'll tell you about it. I've got different styles I like to cook. My offset smoker, my big stacker, but I love to cook 4 or 5 different things at a time. So Stephen Blakesy, you're right. We got distracted here. We're all about the food. So Gary Hogan, you've got ribs, pulled pork, beef short ribs. So if I remember right, I think you've got a Green Mountain is what I believe. So you're not able to stack on top of them. What I like to do on my stacker is you take and put the chicken on the bottom, tri-tip on the top. That thing really drips all over the place and kind of marinates everything down below it. Pulled pork in the center, and just let it run all over itself. It's delicious. Davey McIntosh says he likes hamburgers and hot dogs. That's all American. See, I like hamburgers and hot dogs, too. Yeah, we've got the tech guys are out cleaning up. There is a lot of oil. They're working on a 3rd line right now, it looks like. I think we had 2 leakers out there, Zach. A little bit more than 1. Might be exciting when we go back green flag racing. I'm sure they'll park the cars over in turn 2. And what you fans are seeing right now, there's speed zorb all over the track. So I'm sure they'll park the cars over in turn 2 and then blow all this stuff off when they're done. But so much for an easy weekend here. Frank's down there on the racetrack working, and he thought he was just coming out to babysit his teddy bears, too. So Stephen Blakeslee, if you're still out there, no racing at all for you this weekend. That has to be strange. You're probably writing stories or working on something, even though it's kind of a vacation weekend, right? If you guys want to see a real interesting site, check out Stephen's new venture, ShortTrack Live. Look it up. It's if anyone's familiar with the old Racing West, kind of an information page that was real popular. Stephen Blakeslee, if you're familiar with Speed 51 or Speed Sport, things like that. Stephen's got a media company, does a great job, writes stories for us, does a lot of work here for us at the Madera Speedway, has been a big part of the TV show from the beginning. Jim Dale. Have DJ Bullet Train spin tunes during downtime. I wish I had a camera for you, Jim, because we just set him off. He's dancing now for us. That was a pretty good show, Zach. Often would be so bored, and all of a sudden Zach would just pop up on Facebook. You go to the fridge, crack a cold beer open, sit in front of the barbecue, and Zach was entertaining us. So what a world we live in now. Rose Andrade. Traeger, chicken, onions, hot links with salsa, and a side of pasta salad. Woo! The only thing we're missing is her address on that post. Got everybody in the grandstands licking their lips right now after this. Here's the bad thing. We're talking about this, and our concessions are shut down. We have no concessions. People have to drive off the property. We have the whole place is shut down except for racing. We kind of joke about it. We're kind of hiring the band, renting the auditorium, and we're paying the band to play, in essence, is what we're doing right now. But we love racing that much. There was no way we're going to back off. We're going to race when we can. Tori S., go 28. Well, I think the 28, he's not officially the point leader right now, but the 16 of Lily Mead, she is out of the car in the infield. And Trevor Slunt started this race 15 points behind. So even though it's a tiny club race, a lot of fun, there is a throwaway race, but Trevor Slunt's going to make up a lot of ground. This could help him in his championship hunt. At the end of this season, we'll probably not remember this tiny tune-up race. It'll be all about those 18 to 20 car events when you've got the TV stars dipping in and out, 2 or 3 different ones. We had Rachel Cam on a few minutes ago, and let's go down the list here. Kent Cam, Matt Kuntz, Papa Kuntz, Lauren Kuntz. Lauren is in 6th in the points. Matt is in 8th in the points, and then Kent Cam is 29th in the points in this series. Nathan Casillas, we're missing Nathan also today, so there's a lot of people that had other commitments that weren't able to make it today. But we wanted to do this anyway. But yeah, a little bit of speed zorb off the bottom of turn 4 in the bottom of the groove in 1, so that may slow that groove down a little bit. Daytime, it's been pretty tough to roll on the high side. Yeah, we've got all hands on deck out there working right now. Jump over to another piece of equipment, check our bonded numbers right here. Jim Dale, I was reviewing some video from last week, and I saw you were noticed that we're missing a pace truck right now. We miss you driving that pace truck. Down that front straightaway, at least the breeze is going the other way, so it's not getting in Zach's camera. So the next thing, hey, that camera's a little blurry. That is a lot of oil dry down the front straightaway. We hope Frank has Old Blue's windows rolled up right now. And he just gave Old Blue a bath. It was all polished up when it came in. 14 laps down, heading to 40 in this event. I lost the bet that this was going to be over in about 15 minutes. Rick Erickson, who blew? We're trying to count how many blew up at one time. There was oil coming out of at least 2 cars, possibly 3 at the same time. This is the main event. Caleb Branson's asking. Steve Schimmerhorn, brisket. Been on the Traeger since 7:45 this morning, ate at 4:30. Hobby stock Steve here. Rick, 15 and 16 blew. Let's jump back over the other feed here. Stephen likes to ask a lot of questions on here, so I was asking where everyone's from, where you guys are watching from. But another question I have, I love to travel. I love to visit other racetracks. So what is your favorite racetrack that you've been to outside of your home state? So not in your home state. What's your favorite racetrack you've been to outside of your home state? I like drag racing a lot, which a lot of people don't know. But when I was a little guy, when I grew up, I thought I was going to be a professional drag racer. My dad was big time into drag racing, and I grew up with a gentleman named Tommy Johnson Jr. His dad, Tommy Johnson Sr., raced at a little 8th Mile drag strip in Eddyville, Iowa. And of all of my racetracks outside of the state, mine's actually a drag strip. I love going to Eddyville, Iowa, that little drag strip. And if people like dirt track racing, they might get some of it here at Madera in just a few minutes, because this track is absolutely covered in oil dry, about every lane there is. Jim Dale, Jack's Raceway. What state's that in, Jim? Brittany Bowles Pacific Raceway in Washington State for NHRA. The Bull Ring in Vegas, Gary Hogan. Nashville Fairgrounds, NASCAR Trucks, 1998. Boy, those were the days for the trucks, wasn't it, Gary? Yeah, Florida. Thank you, Jim. There is not much better to me than going to a top fuel drag race event. I drove for a gentleman named Dexter Tuttle. J.R. Todd was the first African-American that won a national event in Dexter's top fuel drag race car. Jack Beckman had driven for him just prior to that. And when I was driving for Dexter in the early 2000s, P.J. Jones drove his Busch cars. I drove the tour cars. And I was fortunate enough to go hang out at a lot of top fuel drag race events. And I was pretty good with cameras even back then. And I had a real high-speed camera. Dexter would park me on the right rear of that top fuel drag car, Pomona, Vegas, Phoenix, wherever. And I would film as that thing went down the track. And there's nothing better than that concussion of a top fuel car standing right on top of that thing. I love drag racing. Something kind of strange for us. Normally we always have a fireworks show. And we actually had fireworks here a few weeks ago to celebrate or to help the high school kids celebrate. But unfortunately, no fireworks tonight. Normally that happens the week prior to this event. There's no fireworks out here tonight. Completely different way to celebrate the Reverend Ron Spencer Red, White, and Blue Classic, the Jeff Dorn Memorial Twin 24-lappers and the STs and the sedans. Completely just strange celebrating the way we're celebrating out here. No fans. We miss them so much. So hopefully we got a few of our fans that are normally in the grandstands here watching. Actually, if you're a fan and you're here watching, chime in as well. I hear race control talking about they're getting close. They're checking another line of oil. One thing that happens when a car blows up, if it stops instantly in that area, like the 15 car, she stopped off at turn 2 and then drove down to 3 and then realized there was oil leaking everywhere. But the other car drove around a few laps, not thinking, I think it was a 16 of Meade, and that covered a couple of different lines, so that makes it a little bit messy. Mandy Lawton, going to miss your fireworks show. Always the best. One thing we love about our fireworks show, Mandy, I love parking the cars on the front straightaway and setting off about a 25-minute show in 9 minutes. My car number was 9, so that was always mine. Instead of going 10 minutes, we'd try and go 9. And the pyro guys would look at me like I was crazy. The state fire marshal would give us a hard time, and somehow we always made it happen. So I'll miss having those cars on the front straightaway, drivers sitting down there. As intense as especially the grand finale, we like a lot of bang, bang, bang. So we're going to miss that tonight. Should be back up right now. Yep, we're back up, and that's exactly what happened last week. We've got a backup feed that I just switched to, and obviously I don't have 3 or 4 people with me. I'm doing this by myself, but if this were last weekend, the entire feed would be shut down. We're out of business. We've got to put a new feed up, and you guys would lose it. So by having a backup bonded unit, we're actually running 2 systems. We just switched to the backup. Now the primary will become the backup. We'll be able to shove a backup feed or push a backup feed there. I agree, Kenny. You put on best fireworks show. We try a lot. Steve Schimmerhorn, hoping to be back August 1st. It's our next club race. We can't wait to see you, Steve. Yeah, let's check our feed here. Cars rolling on the track again. Kind of working the oil in a little bit, letting them hot lap just a bit before they roll. "14 laps down, going to 40. We went from 9 cars to 4. Between yesterday and today, we had a total of 15 cars on the grounds. The other 5, 6 are tuning up for next week. Only 1 week between this, a lot of family get-togethers, so very few people chose to race today. Thought we'd go ahead and have some fun, try and get this finished up. 10 minutes to 2. We've still, we can hustle and try and be finished right around 3 or a little bit after, let everyone get to their barbecuing. Frank says 1 to go, start-finish line. Door to door, you've got Trevor Slunt on the outside of the 73. Garland Tyler is your leader now. Garland's on the point, so he gets to set the pace, and he picks high or low. Garland Tyler a nose ahead of the 28 of Trevor Slunt. Trevor Slunt will become the point leader now. In the start box, Tyler takes off early. Good start. Garland Tyler slides up a little bit in the middle, 1 and 2, right in front of the 28. 28 car of Trevor Slunt tucks in behind him. Dale McIntosh third, John Slunt fourth. Trevor Slunt looks a little bit better than Garland Tyler on forward bite. Maybe his car's a little bit better short run car, much faster than Tyler through the middle of the corner, but Garland Tyler a little bit better forward bite up off the corner right there. Steve Schimmerhorn, yeah, it looks like a trophy dash. Rachel Cam, 55. Could have gotten top 5. Maybe. 28 car of Trevor Slunt rolls in there. We do miss Kent Cam, but I'm telling you, it needs to be chrome on one side, flat black on the other, so we don't know which way, front or back straightaway, on that 55 car of Kent Cam that's on vacation this weekend. Trevor Slunt keeping pace with the 73 right now of Tyler, coming to lap 18 of 40. Trevor Slunt is all over the back bumper. His car actually looks like it's cutting through the center just a little bit better. The 73 pushes right there, sliding the right front tire just past the apex. Watch the 73 car right here. He'll get in the corner. It'll scoot the right front ever so slightly right there. Then Trevor Slunt's a little bit better, but not able to crawl up. Let's see what the 73 looks like down here. A little bit tight right there, just slides up off the bottom, but still able to keep the distance between the 28 of Trevor Slunt. Coming to lap 20, halfway point. Frank McBeal give the crossed up flags. Trevor Slunt still 2 car lengths back, rolls up to 1 car length, half car length off of turn 4. 1 car back, start finish line, lap 21. About 3/4 car length back right now, still tucked right in there. Dale McIntosh about 10 car lengths behind. 28 cars still crawling up on the 73. The 73 looks like he's off just a touch in the middle of the corner. We've got 18 laps to go. A little bit better line right there for Garland Tyler. Garland's absolutely one of the top-notch drivers from out here. He's podium many times on the MAV TV shows, always a front runner there. Part of that Philpott camp, Philpott race cars with Ryan Philpott. About a car length back, nothing changing right there. Trevor's car looks really good through the center of the corner. Garland's a little bit more forward bite. Might be that tightness on the car where Trevor gets a little bit loose right there off the corner. Garland pulls it back out 2 car lengths. Coming to lap 25 right now past Frank. 15 to go. Three-car length lead, as big as the lead's been right now. That's the biggest lead for Garland Tyler in that 73 car. Lap 26, Dale McIntosh running third behind Trevor Slunt. Then John Slunt about a half a track behind right now. Again, the club racing, fun, tune-up racing, good camaraderie. You'll see our next club race August 1st. You'll have 18, 19 late models. We're back to our regular schedule there. This was, I guess due to COVID-19, this was a special scheduled race. And just popped on the schedule at the last minute. Had we not done this race, again, club racers would not get any races through the month of July whatsoever, so we wanted to do this for them. Trevor Slunt slid back right now. We're with Dale McIntosh in that bright 26 car. He's running third. About a quarter of a straightaway behind the leader. Trevor Slunt's back about almost 4 car lengths now. Got John Slunt down the back straightaway, that 21 car. He's running fourth. About 3/4 of a lap behind. Off of turn 4, we got the leaders coming right now. Zach's doing a good job panning back through the field for us. 73 of Garland Tyler. You see the 28 of Trevor Slunt. About 4 car lengths back. Fairly equally matched cars. Be really curious to see if we had an evening race with a top groove in. It looks like the 28 car of Slunt's a little bit more free. With the top groove, that might be a pretty fast race car. I see him moving the entry up. It looks pretty good through the middle. Coming to lap 32 of 40. This is our Madera Late Model Club Race tune-up, just a little extra race we popped in on very short notice, did a morning show so people could go home and enjoy their families. Lots of crazy fireworks going off out there, so Garland Tyler right now, some fireworks, a little bit loose under John Slunt right there. You'll have Trevor Slunt running, getting under John, trying to make up some ground, but it'll allow people to get home early with an afternoon show. They can hang out with their pets and animals. Garland Tyler, lap 34, 6 to go, 5 next time by. This is our Madera late models, like I was saying earlier. Typically we'll have 18 to 20 in these shows. Not to be confused with our Nut Up Pro late models. 5 laps to go this time by for Garland Tyler. Nut Up Pro late models are identical in rules as the Madera late models, 2 completely separate divisions. But the Madera late models, if you watched last week, that is some of the most competitive hammer down racing anywhere in the country. I think it's one of the toughest places to go run up front now. Garland Tyler, a little wiggle off of turn 4. 4 laps to go. Garland's rolling right now onto his first race of the year. It looks like he's rolling towards a victory. Lap 37, heading to 40. We'll have a 2-car exhibition hobby stock race after this, and then we'll jump into our twin 24s for our MSTs and Toyota sedans. A 5-minute break at the halftime, similar to what we do with our TV show. 2 to go this time by for the 73 at Garland Tyler. Slunt just past start-finish line right now, so he's falling back just a little bit. Coming to the white flag this time by with a 73 car at Tyler. White flag for Garland Tyler this time by. White flag falls on the 28 of Trevor Slunt. Dale McIntosh now under the white flag. Garland Tyler cruises down the back straightaway. Rolls off a turn 4. We'll walk down and take the microphone down and have a word with Garland right now. So just hang tight and I'll be right back with you. Okay, we should have audio back on now. I'm down trackside. You say tiny crew here today. Trackside with our first, second, and third. We'll have Garland Tyler come over first, just as soon as he gets out of the car here. A little bit different out here with nobody in the stands, and all of our sponsors and different guests are normally out here. It's a whole lot different. Get Garland to come on over when you get a second here.
Holy smokes. Slippery. Yeah, especially getting into the 3 is a little sketchy.
All right, tell us about your race, Garland.
Oh, it was pretty good. We haven't been out in a year, so we wanted to come run one of these races to see if we have the speed to run a TV race. So I think it went pretty good. We're on used tires that we got from Howard Holden, so the car ran pretty good on that, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Based on the speeds they qualified last week, you guys had really good speed in qualifying today, and it's pretty slippery, so you must be about the same pace as what they were running.
I figure we're semi-close. I mean, it was a little bit later in the day last weekend when everybody qualified, but I feel like we're in the ballpark at least. I'm comfortable enough. I feel like I could come out and race with these guys.
What was the track like after it oiled down?
Well, the front stretch was fine. Turn 3 was a little bit slippery, but other than that, they did a good job cleaning it up.
Yep. When can fans expect to see you again?
Probably in July for a TV race.
All right. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you. All right, we have Trevor Schlent to come on up. Garland said it was a little bit slippery. Still got us good up there, Zach? All right. See, this is a little bit strange for you, isn't it, Zach? You're usually right here doing the interviews, huh? Yeah, kind of different world we're in right now. We'll get Trevor Schlent up here now. Trevor, tell us about your race. How was it out there?
Well, I thought, the way the day was going, I thought we were going to have the car to beat today. And, I know Garland and my times, they were real close. And, it was fun to battle out for that top spot in the main event.
Your car looks really fast through the center of the corner. A little bit faster than what Garland was. He looked a little tight, but it looked like he had a little bit better forward bite up off the corner. What was your car doing?
Yeah, we were lacking the forward bite coming off the corner. And, we're running a crate motor. And so we're down on power a little bit. And going against, a built motor, he's always going to beat me off the corner. So.
Now, with Lily going out, I know it's awful early, and with this being a small race and a throwaway race kind of, but you're now the point leader, and there's a lot of people that rotate in and out that are planning on running this season. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to, make the rest of the races this year and try to go. I've never gone for a championship before, and you know what? Maybe something fun to try in 2020.
Be a good time to do it. Anything to tell the fans, all the fans watching about the 4th of July weekend? What do you think there?
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying your 4th of July and stay safe out there and stay hydrated.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get Dale McIntosh to come on up. Again, this is a little bit different the way we're doing this. Trying to keep everyone safe and away from each other. And looks like Zach's still got a good feed, giving us thumbs up there. Doing good. All right, we'll bring him down. Still got us there, Zach?
Okay.
What was your race like? Tell us about your race.
Good. We were happy with the car. We fought a rear grip coming off most of the day, and we were able to get it. We were able to get it good for the main event there. It wasn't exactly pretty, but we've had some bad luck, and I'll take it for sure.
You guys have worked awful hard trying to advance the car. What changes have you guys made? I know you worked real hard on the off season on this car and had a lot of good. Looked like it turned really good in practice. Tell us about what you guys did with the car.
We did a lot. We learned a lot about geometry stuff. So kids, if you're in school, learn geometry. That's very important. So yeah, rear trailing arms. You know, getting the locations right to make the car happy, and just front suspension geometry. We worked hard on that in the off season. That's basically what we did.
Yep, car looks good. What do you? You're off now until August 1st, right?
Yeah.
So what's your plans for the rest of July?
To patch up, I literally, if you look at that car too close, you'll see nothing but duct tape and zip ties that are holding most of that body together. I was actually kind of surprised it just didn't blow off halfway through the race. So a little bit of body work, and we can actually move forward and see if we can get a little faster.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good form.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Zach, you still got me now? Nice and clear? No static? All right, we were worried this thing was allergic to my voice. I'm tired of hearing my voice. I miss Steven and Andy, I can tell you that. So what we'll do right now, like I was saying a little bit earlier, we'll have a couple of hobby stocks that wanted to come out and do a little exhibition running. They didn't want to be left out, so we're going to have a quick hobby stock battle. Then after that hobby stock battle, we'll have the Jeff Dorn Classic Twin 24s as part of the Reverend Ron Spencer Red, White, and Blue Classic. And then it'll be time to go home and barbecue for everyone. So hobbies will be out, and I'll be right back with you. All right, we should have Manny Gonzalez Jr. on the pole and Tyler Rogers in that second place car, and they're ready to roll anytime. Little exhibition race, didn't want to leave the hobbies out. Steve Shimmerhorn, if you're out there, we're missing you. And they're ready to roll anytime the race director tells them to kick off. They'll be rolling here in just a second for you guys. Need a windscreen on the mic. We got a windscreen on it, Dave. That static is actually not from the wind. This is our interview cam, and it really only wants to be about probably 20 yards, 25 yards away. We've got it on Zach's camera up in the grandstands because it's just Zach and I here. So normally Zach would be just a few feet away from that camera. And we normally do run 2 mics, Dave, but right now we don't have any switcher or any mixer. That's why we're not running the 2 separate mics. We had actually planned on just doing a feed here, a live feed that would be a fixed camera that just stuck on half of the track like we did on June 13th. And the fans would just hear the PA system, but we wanted to test a little bit more. And the biggest thing we're testing for right now, we're trying to give the fans a look at the cars, obviously following the cars. But the other thing is the video signal strength. That's where we've been having our trouble here. Major trouble. In fact, this signal's already dropped twice. We've gone to the backup twice during this broadcast. And had this been a week ago without the additional system, we'd actually be down, just like we were last week. And the only thing we could do is restart. Tyler Rogers on the outside in their heat race. These two put on about the best race of the evening with their heat race. Best race of the afternoon, trying to have the best of the evening. Tyler Rogers kept trying Gonzalez on the outside. Let's see if the same thing happens here. Coming to the green flag. Green flag's in the air. And let's see, I think Rogers is going to make a big run on the outside trying to get the lead right away. If he's not able to get the lead right here, it's going to be pretty tough on him. But he does it. Watch for that 73 to pull the bottom quickly. Last time he got caught behind the 42 of Gonzalez. Gonzalez rolls up there, puts a little bumper on the back of that 73, but he decided to get the job done on the outside right away in the heat race. It was actually Gonzalez that won the race. He was not the 73. He, being Tyler Rogers, was not able to get past the 42. Ryan Bowman, how many MSTs? Between the MSTs and sedans, we were going to start 11. And I think there are, Jason Lawton broke. We broke an MST as well. I think we're down to 9 between the 2 classes. So it'll be twin 24s, 5-minute break at the halftime. They can change anything except for the tires and the MST's Toyota sedans. 42 car Gonzalez right back on the back bumper of the 73. 73 car is really a neat looking car. Looks like an old Grand National car. I'd love to see about 20 of those out here. That car tends to get a little bit loose up off the corner. So if Gonzalez can stay on him and pressure him, he might be able to make a race out of this. The 42, a little bit tight in the middle, but that creates really good forward bite off the corner. But loose is fast, and that's the way Tyler Rogers just drove it up off of the turn 2, sideways but fast. Sideways here off turn 4, same thing, but very fast off the corner. Loose in the middle, loose off the corner, but flying. Let's see how that right rear tire of the 73 car likes that on the long run. Got a lap 5 down, about 20 to go here. 42 car pasturing Rogers a little bit loose off the corner again. 42 cars faster through the corner, but can't keep pace off the corner with the car of Tyler Rogers. Here comes Gonzalez on the bottom again. 73, little tight in the middle, little loose off. Bad combination if you've got someone pestering that back bumper of yours. 73 coming across the racetrack a little bit sideways. Gonzalez on the inside looking right now. 73 car chops him off. A little bit tight, little shove in the nose. Watch the 73 cars tightening up in the center of the corner, but a lot of drive off the corner. Kind of shopping right there. Goes a little bit tight, leaves the door open. Gonzalez gets a little look at the bottom. I think it would help Gonzalez if he opened his entry a little bit right here. Go ahead and let that car breathe all the way to the wall. Get a lot more angle. Hold it out. Don't leave the wall here. Hold it out and get a lot of angle to where you can try the crossover move coming off the corner. Right here, the crossover move is going to be available. And if he'd hold it out, see where he's kind of got the car down, pinched right there, a little bit of nose, he'd serve himself well in the 42 car if he had just used the whole racetrack. Get that thing clear out by the wall before you get in the entry. Watch the 42 off the corner here. He leaves a lot of racetrack on his right side there. And the 73 car Rogers takes advantage of that. Coming to lap 12. About 4 cars of real estate between the two. And that's going to be a lot of real estate to make up. I was kind of hoping the 42 of Gonzalez would jump out to the lead again, as he did in the last race, but right now the 42 car is getting tighter and tighter. That right front he's heated it up, sliding across the corner right now, having a hard time on exit. And that leader is getting smaller and smaller and smaller out the front windshield. Lap 14, 11 to go. I see that fresh off the grill logo every time that 42 goes by, and it's a little bit hard on a guy that missed lunch, which about half the grandstand is nodding the same thing. This is a good tune-up for the guys when you get Ivan and Steven, all those guys back out here. Steve Schimmerhorn, if you're still out there, it's your right foot that's broke, right? I think you could still drive with the left foot. Lap 18, Tyler Rogers still out in the lead. And again, I was talking about that lead car of Rogers. That reminds me of the kind of the 1980s, 1990s, what was the Sportsman division, what evolved into the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Xfinity, all the different things it's been. But that reminds me of the look of that era of those cars, and that is such a good-looking race car. I'd love to see 15 or 20 just like that 73 car. I think that'd be a really cool-looking class. Steve Schimmer, right foot, going to be heavy. They put some extra pins in that thing for you, Steve? To Steve Schimmerhorn here on our messaging said, I'd asked him which foot he broke. He said right foot. I think we can take the left foot and do a crossover. Gonzalez crawling back in, running out of time, but he's closed the gap ever so slightly. Looks like Rogers is shopping around, changing his line a little bit. We went ahead and gave them the full distance of the race just to tune up for when Steve Schimmerhorn returns. These guys might be a little bit tough for you, Steve. Manny's picking up a lot of speed. 73 car's a lot faster. Be interesting when you get back. No surgery, Steve said, so no pins, huh? Yeah, Manny's car is really tight. White flag's out right now, going 24. Tribute to Jeff Dorn, everything 24 laps today except for the late models. And the 42 car just got tighter and tighter and tighter as this race went on. And the 73, they hit their setup pretty good. A little bit sideways right there, a little smoke show for the start-finish line. We'll run down, again, we've just got the one microphone, one camera, so you'll hear them as I'm interviewing them. You won't hear my question. But I want to let the guys talk a little bit. And it is a little distance away from the transmitter, so we'll possibly, Zach will let me know if we get any static or not. We'll be right back with you. Okay, Zach, you got me back there? All right, we're good. Waiting on the guys. They're going to come over here just a second. Frank, I see you put your little guy in the back where you picked up on the camera real nice there. We'll have the other little guy back next week, right? Oh, yeah. What's his name? Lucky. Lucky with a mask, and Lucky likes drinking a cold one, too, with Frank afterwards. That's the little bird character you saw last week. Let me get this mic set up, and we'll have Tyler right over here. Come on over, Tyler. Get real close to the mic, if you would, for me.
Gotcha.
All right, Zach, you ready? We're ready. Right into the mic there.
Gotcha.
It's a good-looking hot rod. Tell us about your race. How the car was going.
Pretty good. The track's got a lot more grip than the first race when we came out here. Felt a lot better this time. We just messed with air pressure mostly for second practice, but didn't change too much on the car. Still got a little bit of dialing in to do. Still getting kind of loose on the corner after a long run like today's race, but pretty good overall.
So after a long run, the car was pretty good, but it was a little loose, lacking in forward bite off the corners. Is that pretty much what you did?
Yeah, for the most part, you pretty much covered it.
So what do you do when Steve Strimmerhorn comes back out?
That's when I'm sweating. I'm waiting for his foot to heal up, and hopefully we get some more cars out here too along with them. And shoot, that's stiff competition, but to beat the best, that's right.
You got 4th of July mask on. Anything to tell the folks that are watching on our live stream right now about the 4th of July weekend?
Stay safe. Count on your fingers and toes. Make sure you have them at the end of the night. Have fun with your friends and family. USA.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Come on up, Manny. All right, Zach, how's that signal now? We still good? Got static right now? All right, let's try this. If I get close to your transmitter, better. That thing doesn't like being away from you. Let's try that. How's that? That better? A lot better. All right, we'll stay here. Come on up. All right, let's put this thing down. Make sure you're talking real close to it. Get right on top of it. Tell us about your race, man.
Everything was pretty good the first two laps, but it started to get a little too tight out there at the end. Just didn't have anything for him at the end.
Tell us about the heat race. You won your heat race.
Yeah.
So tell us about the heat race. So is the start and everything right there? I saw you guys.
Yeah, he gave me a good couple little love taps there in the heat race. It was fun racing there. Pretty happy to get the heat. Kind of good. He had the high side going pretty good.
Steve Strimmerhorn was watching, talking to us. You're getting a lot faster. Steve's out with that broken foot. What do you think about racing Steve when he comes back?
The car's getting faster, so we're going to try to give him a couple good runs when he gets back, so we'll see what we could do.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do I want a donut? He wants to know if we want donuts. Racing donuts. Yeah, just stay out of the start-finish line so we have to repaint it. He was trying to give us donuts right there. See, race fans, what he wants to know, he asked if we wanted donuts. We like donuts at the racetrack. Victory Lane donuts, you bet. Zach's going to stay all over him with that. Now, his crew's saying don't do this, right? Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, Zach, come here. Look at his crew right here. They're cringing. Look at them. They're going, oh, no. We didn't have to work on anything until that. Now we got to pull the engine out. Well, Reverend Ron Spencer, Red, White, and Blue Classic, Jeff Dorn Memorial Race, Twin 24s coming up. They're staged out back. All right, I think I'm back with Zach now. And we are ready to roll with the Jeff Dorn Classic. MST's Toyota sedans together. On the pole, we've got Patrick Geiger. Outside pole, Sean Reynolds in the 10 car. Third position, inside second row, the 40 car of Smokin' Dirt Bert Stevens. Outside second row, fourth position, 33 of Ryan Reynolds, 33 car. Kyle Labrie in the 9 car in the 5th position. 6th position, Haley Bugg in the 2 car. Tim Kammerer in the 7th position. Then we jump back to Thomas McGray in the Toyota sedans with Andrew Parr outside of him. We're missing Jason Lawton with a broken car. Jason was guaranteeing a victory. He was going to take down the MSTs and all the sedans. So we're ready to go anytime our race director's ready to go. And for the fans, we're about ready to cap this 4th of July off. 2:25. We thought about 3:15, 3:30 would be finished. Get everyone home, start some barbecuing. Frank's probably going to watch later. Frank can't hear us right now, Zach. But getting Frank home early will probably keep him married and eligible to run to help us next week. So there was a little bit of strategy to a little bitty club race, making sure we got all of our folks home here. Let's look at the MST points. Bert Stevens, point leader, 157 points. Patrick Geiger, 144 in second, just 13 points back. Kyle Labrie, 143 in third, 14 points back. Dennis Brannon, not here tonight, but he gets a throwaway race. He's 131, 26 points back. Jason Kearns, he's also 131 points, 26 back. Tim Kammerer is 121, 36 points back. Ryan Reynolds, Sean Reynolds, and Haley Bugg rounding out the top 10 in points. But again, that will shuffle, and that will shuffle in a big way because there's a throwaway race. And we're doing the throwaway race because of the hectic back-to-back schedule in July, and then this 4th of July race just being one that we tossed in at the last minute so the guys didn't have to sit home for a whole month, so they get to race. 2x2, 2 to go. We've got Sean Reynolds in the 10 car on the outside. If you guys remember the last live stream, the 10 of Sean Reynolds and the 33 of Ryan Reynolds went flying into the fence. Lost motor, lost suspension parts, quite a mess. Lights are out. Looks like we're going this time by race fans. Patrick Geiger on the pole. Sean Reynolds in the 10 car on the outside. And I saw something of the 10 car in his heat race. He was working the top side, I think anticipating this. Let's see if we get a good start. Patrick Geiger's off first. Good-looking start in the box. Sean Reynolds in the 10 car on the outside. Let's see what type of run he makes. He's got to watch it because he's got to get to the bottom before the 40 car of Bert Stevens fills that hole. Looks like we might try and go 3 wide. Patrick Geiger up in front of Reynolds. 2x2, the 10 car. Let's see what kind of traction he gets on the high side. Not much. Falls back a little bit, but he's got a big run going into turn 1. Committed to the high side, and he's stuck out there. Ryan Reynolds taking a look on the bottom side of his brother. It looks like they're going to try and go 2x2 down the back straightaway. Geiger is trying to make that car as wide as possible because he's got a lot of company behind him. Reynolds slides, not a lot of grip on the outside. Hangs on, fighting for third with his brother. Got the 33 car of Ryan Reynolds. Around goes the 2 car. Haley Bugg around. She spun out also in the heat race. New driver. But he's got to learn how to keep that thing straight in all the packs. He's rolling again. Just going to be right in front of the pack when they go. You got a heck of a race. There is a big race right now for third between Ryan and Sean Reynolds. Smokin' Dirt Bert Stevens in second and Patrick Geiger in first. High cars, lap down cars should go to the high side. Haley Bugg moves to the high side. Patrick Geiger slides by with no trouble at all. They're singled out now. The 10 car of Sean Reynolds slides all the way back to 5th place from the outside front row. Goes to work on Kyle Labrie for 4th. Looks like a good battle for the lead right now. We're lap 5 coming to 24. Smokin' Dirt Bert Stevens crawling up on the back bumper of Patrick Geiger. Right now, Geiger just has to ignore anyone's behind him and run qualifying laps, lap after lap. Takes a little high exit. Leaves the hole wide open. I think Dirt Bert's going to try and fill that bottom groove down here in turn 1. Geiger's entering low and exiting high. That's a perfect recipe if the 40 car enters a little bit higher and then does a cut, a crossover move, which he's backed up right there. but he's got company. He's got the 33 car of Ryan Reynolds that's starting to peak on the outside. See the 33 right there, looking at a crossover move. I think the 33 is going to make a run at the high side down here in 1 and 2. That's a little bit better in 3 and 4. Nosing around. He still's, that 33 car is kind of sniffing up there at the high side right now. That leaves him a couple of options. He can run a heavy crossover move right here, as long as he doesn't leave the door wide open and Kyle Labrie fills it. Top 5 cars, you could throw a blanket on him right now. Patrick Geiger, smoking dirt Burt, looking at the inside right now down here in turn 1. He's making a run on the inside. Geiger closes the door. Ryan Reynolds in the 33 car. Look for Reynolds to come right with Dirt Burt, trying to move to the lead on this bottom while they've got Geiger pinned to the outside. Geiger could easily go to 5th place right now, being caught on the outside if everyone else chains up nose to tail. They're catching Thomas McGray, 2nd place in the Toyota. And this could really pin Geiger down. He's got to get to the bottom. Thomas runs the high side really well. He's not bashful about getting way up there. So does a great job, stays out of the way of the fight. Patrick Geiger looks really good on the top, actually. They're laying some rubber down up there. But here comes Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds to the bottom, the 33 car to the bottom of Geiger. Puts it in there, makes sure he can't get out, and then it's going to be Labrie, Kyle Labrie next that's going to try and put the car in that 3rd position. Geiger's badly trying to get to the bottom, can't do it yet. 2nd place is a big battle right now. The 33 car slides all the way back in front of his brother in the 4th position. Big battle right now. Someone's asking to show the sedans. We're getting ready to see the sedan leaders shortly. The 40 car of Dirt Burt Stevens has just about caught the 33 car of Andrew Pard. That's the leader in the Toyota sedan, so you'll see him shortly. Right now we're on the 9 car of Kyle Labrie, which is going to be in a big battle for 3rd place. Got Ryan Reynolds crawling up on his bumper. Tight pack, lap 15 coming to 24. At 24 laps, they'll take a 5-minute break, change anything they want except for the tires, and then they'll go again. Nose to tail still. Dirt Burt Stevens in 1st, Patrick Geiger in 2nd, Kyle Labrie 3rd, Ryan Reynolds in 4th, and Sean Reynolds in 5th. Sean Reynolds now taking a look at his brother, trying to make a run at the 4th position. We got the leader right there, Andrew Parr in the 33 car. Up, down the back straightaway, we got a big, we're going to jump over there. They're going 2x2 into turn 3. We got the 21 and the 9 as our target. 2x2, Patrick Geiger up the racetrack. And that's a battle for 2nd, a 4-car battle for 2nd. Labrie underneath Geiger, trying to move into 2nd place. Reynolds brothers, door to door. Looks like a pace lap. Geiger enters low, slides high. Labrie goes by. Looks like we're going to also have Sean Reynolds goes by, and I would imagine Ryan Reynolds will jump right on that draft and try and keep. Oh, and Reynolds just goes around, snaps the car. Stopped on the back straightaway, yellow flag, and how unfortunate. Sean Reynolds trying to move up into 2nd position, was running 3rd, taking a look at 2nd, and just went around. What a shame. That's unlike the 10 car, and they're still working on those cars. They suffered a lot of damage in that big crash here a few weeks ago. A lot of damage down in turn 3. In fact, there's still a little speedy dry down there from the 10 and 33 when they went in the fence. One lost an engine, the other one pretty much lost all the suspension. So a lot of work tuning those back up. And what looked like was going to be a dominant season for the Reynolds brothers, now they find themselves chasing Dirt Burt Stevens. That's the point leader right now. John Benedict, we're going to jump into some messages here. Happy 4th, fellow American Patriots. Well, happy 4th of July to you, John. Good luck, Patrick Geiger. 21 Trump 2020 MST. Take it to those Bert and Ernie. See, what people don't realize, too, Zach, you might see this, that 40 car. We've got Bert in the driver's seat, but you've got Ernie, the cartoon character, in the passenger seat. Lights are out. Bert and Ernie come into the start box. Kyle Labrie on the outside, and that bright number 9 MST. Let's see what kind of start. Bert gets a good start right in the middle of the box. Patrick Geiger flies with him. Looks like the 9 car either missed a gear or just got a terrible start. And that sets Geiger up to really roll forward and make a run. Let's see if Geiger was really overheating the right front tire, so that brake may have helped him in a major way. 18 going to 24, then they get a chance to do a little adjustment and some tune-up. The 33 car, Ryan Reynolds, swinging to the outside, trying to make a run right now at the 9 car of Labrie, a big run. The Reynolds boys ran go-karts, and you can sure tell the way, look at the 33, rolls the outside, loose on the outside, pedaling, stomping and steering, a good run. Not a lot of grip out there, but big credit for taking a shot at it. He's really rolling that car all over the track, like I was saying. Go-kart drivers make really good race car drivers as they're rolling all around. They look for the line, and momentum is what they're doing. The 10 car right now, big sideways back behind him. That's Sean Reynolds sideways. That turn 4 just doesn't have a lot of grip on the outside right now. Geiger running second. A lot of pressure from Labrie in that third position, putting a lot of pressure on him. Crossing over, down into turn 2. Watch the 9 car. Holds it out a little bit. He'll cut across the corner. Geiger's got some good speed on the top. Watch for the 9 car to do the crossover move. Hold it a little bit higher here. Geiger will slide, and then here comes the 9 to the inside. Right here, big crossover move. Saw that one coming 2 laps ago. This will set the 9 car up. Very important, lap 23. This will be the halftime break. Really important because now the 9 car on the restart will start beside Dirt Bert Stevens. That could be a game changer for the victory at the end of this race. Halfway point. Dirt Bert Stevens takes the halfway. Kyle Labrie, Patrick Geiger, followed by Ryan Reynolds, and then Sean Reynolds, Tim Kammerer. That rounds out that top groove. Right now they'll roll on the front straightaway. They'll take a 5-minute break. They can change anything but the tires. This is what we do with our late model program, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what they actually do here, see how much adjusting they do. We've got Seth, our former Air Force vet, or should say Air Force vet. Seth's down there keeping the cars spread apart. Yeah, what they'll do, they'll make sure the cars are completely spread apart, so there's a lot of social distancing between all the teams when they're working on them. So Seth will do a good job separating all the cars. And then the crews are able to come out and do a little tune-up, adjust, air pressures, whatever they want. The guys can leave them alone if they don't want to do anything, but there'll be a 5-minute time break, and then we'll get them rolling. They can add a little bit of fuel if need be. And our late models, when you see this, there's a lot of activity. So this is kind of new for the MST and sedan drivers. Monitoring race control right now, so they've started the timer. Al Kennedy, better late than never. Happy Independence Day, people. Stay safe. Keep cool. We're going to try and stay hot a little bit later, Al. We want the barbecue hot. Since you just joined us, we already ran the late model race a little bit earlier. It's just a real fun tune-up race. It was one that was not going to happen. It was going to be a practice day, and the guys decided they wanted to race. Club racers aren't racing until the end of the year, or pardon me, the end of the month. August 1st will be their next race, so that's what they're all watching right now. I see Al's talking. He missed our barbecue thread a little bit earlier. Big meal later. You barbecuing also, Al? If so, what are you barbecuing? We were all sharing that and chatting about it a little bit earlier. It's an afternoon race for us. We'll be finished here about 3:15. Should have everyone off the property, even our cleanup crew, by about 5. And barbecues will be warmed up, fired up, and roaring by 6 o'clock. So kind of a fun weekend. It was a shame we don't get our fans. Normally the place is packed. We have fireworks, have big TV late model shows, typically what we do around the 4th of July. It's the Reverend Ron Spencer Red, White, and Blue Classic. And we lost Reverend Ron a while back, too long ago now, a couple years ago. miss him badly, but was one of the most patriotic individuals I've ever met. Wonderful individual. And it's just not right not being able to shoot a bunch of fireworks off into the sky. Tribute to Ron and the country. We miss his patriotic prayers, had a special way. I can only imagine what he would say today with what's going on in the world. But Al says, nope, just making something here at home in Boron. Well, that's the way to do it. Stay safe, hang out at home, enjoy a meal. I think it was you that I was talking to a couple days ago, Al. We're working hard. Part of what we're doing, too, is a test. We've already lost this feed twice, but we have backup units right now. So the backup unit kicked right in and kept this feed moving. Had this been a week ago, it would have completely went down. So we're spending a lot of money on live stream to try and cater to our fans that aren't able to be here. No, this is the smallest show we'll do all year. It doesn't matter if it's tiny. This is a single camera shoot. Next week, you'll see 17 cameras, part of our live stream, as we produce our TV show. And again, probably doesn't make a lot of sense to spend thousands of dollars on the live streams when our priority is the TV show, but that's how much we miss our fans and we appreciate our fans. So we want to do the best job we can to keep them in tune with what we're doing. Look like some air pressure adjustments for the most part is what I've seen. A little bit of fuel, so that'll change the balance of some cars. Reynolds boys are going to work on theirs. Looks like people are getting ready to load back up in their cars. Yep. Eric Graves, miss Ron. Boy, I can't express to you how much we miss him. Brittany Bowles, hamburgers, hot dogs, pasta salad, and baked beans. We want to know if it's ready right now. Steve Shimmerhorn, come on, Reynolds boys. It's kind of amazing, these MSTs, how close they race, how competitive they are. Throw a blanket on the top 5 cars. So Patrick Geiger was a little bit tight. They've made some adjustments, added some fuel. To me, that seems like it would tighten the car up a little bit more. But Dirtbert Stevens has got the preferred groove and the starting position. The 9 car of Labrie moved into second. That was a big move. Who do you guys think is going to win this? We've got 24 more laps. They were able to check the track out, make adjustments right now. And who do you think will win this thing? Steve? Which one of the Reynolds boys? We're going to pin you down. That's 2 cars there, so give me which one. Al Kennedy, I also have modified mothballs. Do all the towing and Mater look-alike at Willow Springs. We love that, Al. We've actually got our own version of Mater. It's just got its tongue laying on the ground right now and not moving or running, but we always talked about a cool tow Mater for the kids. We're not allowed to race yet. Yeah, Willow Springs Speedway, when Andy Dodaro was down there, I came and helped him out a little bit and love that area. Love the desert down there. Jim Dale, looks like Bert never even got out of the car. It takes a lot of energy, Jim, to get out of the car. Bert doesn't want to burn that energy up. Our cameraman's even chiming in. We got the 10 will win between the 2. That's not much of a prediction. Between the 2 of them or overall, Zach? The 10 wins the whole thing? Oh, okay. So Zach's saying our cameraman's going for the 10. He's usually pretty good. He sees them up close. So he says the 10's going to win out of all of them. We've got Eric Graves says Bert. 33 take the gold. Sorry for spoiling. Yeah, the 33, I believe, will win the Toyota sedan portion. Andrew Parr. It's a shame Jason Lawton wasn't out because I think that was going to be a heck of a battle between the 2 of them. J.J. Branson. Zach, $5. Well, all right, so J.J. wants to bet $5 on Zach the way I read this. So who's your pick, J.J.? Zach said he's got you. Let's go. Who's your pick, J.J.? That's what Zach wants to know. We've worked together. He can just give me, like, baseball signs, and I can tell what Zach's telling me to tell you. Cars are rolling again. 5-minute breaks up. Adjustments are made. Smoking Dirtbert Stevens didn't make an adjustment, didn't get out of the race car, didn't even get a cup of water. Okay, here we go. J.J. Branson says he's going to put $5. He says the 21's going to win. Geiger. So Zach just said you're on, J.J. You're on. He said he'll do a $5 side bet if neither one wins, who finishes ahead of the other one. He said the 10's coming forward. 10 made a lot of adjustments there, probably the most aggressive with the changes, so it'll be interesting. 2:43 right now, 2:43 in the afternoon on a 4th of July Saturday, beautiful day. I predict everyone here from the Lattins to everyone else, late model guys getting out of here. Barbecues are firing up by 5 o'clock. There'll be pictures posted of we went racing, came home. Rod Carsey, I have my eye on the 9 car. It's kind of what I was picking, Rod. He'll look good in the second half. JJ now switched to the 33. Huh? He named them all. You see this? Now, Zach said you can't do that, JJ. He's just writing a bunch of numbers down. So we've got 21 on record. Lights are out. Frank McVie's got that big green flag in the air. He's got a single hand in the other. Rolling down the back straightaway. Bert Stevens, this will be a very important start. The 9 car of Labrie could actually get hung up on the outside and give the 21 a run here if he doesn't get a really good start, but you can't jump the start. Rod Carsey's watching. He knows what he's looking for right here. They want that 40 car in the box and to pull the trigger first just like that. 9 car gets a pretty good start, and then he falls down. It's like he's short on the shift, and that gives Geiger a big run into turn 2 right there. Now here comes the 10 car at the bottom of Geiger down the back straightaway. Watch this. He's going to charge in, drive it in. Geiger cuts him off. The 9 car Labrie on the top, side by side with the 10 car of Sean Reynolds. 10 car is coming inside. Geiger cuts him off again. A little bit too high. 10 car sideways right now. A little bit loose. He's got the balances off on Sean Reynolds' car a little bit, and that leaves the door open on the high side right now for Labrie. Door to door, 10 car pulls forward. The 33 car comes up of Ryan Reynolds to fight Labrie. That should free things up for the 10 car of Sean Reynolds to kind of smooth things out, make a run at the 21 of Geiger. Big money on the line between Geiger, the 21 car, and the 10 car of Sean Reynolds. Between JJ, Spooky, Crash, Branson, should be here trying to hit a wall right now, JJ. 10 cars loose, driving off the corner big time. He's stomping and steering, pedaling, trying to run Geiger down. That's a battle for second place. The 9 car of Labrie goes around on the high side, kind of a different entry. Got caught up on the top side of the 33, and the yellow flag is out. The 9 car of Kyle Labrie is around in the middle of 3 and 4. So Rod Carsey will be back to work again on the restart, watching and talking to his TV that he's watching this on. Rod, we need to get you a radio set up. If we're doing this, you could just call in on a live feed, maybe a satellite radio or something. We could get Frank's radio to set up for you. Jerry Cantrell, Bert gets through 1 and 2 well. The 33 needs to the track open up. I would agree. I think the big thing right now, I think you're saying open the track up, Jerry, is what you're expressing. I've noticed, too, a lot of, and we don't have our front straightaway cams. Normally, I've got 15 or 16 different cameras I can switch to. Right now, we've just got one. But we can switch to that flag stand camera, and I'm able to show a lot of the guys, they leave a lot of real estate on the right side, get more angle, and you want that run through the middle of the corner. Patrick's doing the same thing. The 21 car, I know you noted the 33 car of Reynolds, that's Ryan Reynolds, needs to open that track up a little more, I think is what you're saying there, Jerry. But I think Geiger could do the same thing. Now, here's a big opportunity for the 10 car of Sean Reynolds to overhaul JJ's 21 pick, and that would allow Zach, our cameraman, to move ahead $5. Lights are out, coming into the box. Rod Carsey's watching very closely, even though he's not here. Oh, the 21 jumps. That's going to be close. They may not like that start. 21 jumped. He was second place car. Let's see what happens. They leave it out. The 21, it was very close. They let it go. That was razor's edge close. 21 caught on the high side. The 10 car still making the run on the inside. 10 car of Sean Reynolds is going to crawl up to the back bumper of Smoking Dirt, Bert Stevens. The 10 car right with him, Reynolds. Here comes a big run. It's 29, lap 29 of this twin 24 heading to lap 48. A lot of time. The 10 car opens the track up. 33 car of Ryan Reynolds gets sideways, backs everybody up behind them. Now the 10 car of Sean Reynolds has opened that track up. Watch this 10 down the backside, way on the outside. Big crossover move coming right here. Crossover, Dirt Bert guards the bottom, does an excellent job guarding that middle line. Now Sean Reynolds on the outside. Dirt Bert Stevens is going to make him go to the outside, but you got a big crossover. Look at all the momentum of the 10 car right here. Comes over. I mean, he is just using the entire racetrack. Dirt Bert is just pinned down in the middle. Probably a smart move. Try and get that 10 car of Reynolds to go around the high side. Do not give him the bottom. Big race for the lead. Best race on the tracks where we're staying. Reynolds made a big run on the outside right here. Big momentum. Let's see if he keeps it to the outside or tries a crossover. Patrick Geiger spins in turn 2, but he's cleared. And Reynolds gets sideways, big time sideways on the top of the racetrack. Gives up 2 car lengths. He's going to have to go back to work on the bottom of Dirt Bird Stevens. Catches back up to 1 car length quickly. Lap 33. Reynolds has a lot of time. We're going to lap 48. We get a lot of white flag barn burners around here, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Crossover move right here. There's nothing there. Bert comes in, saws him off, cuts him off. They keep him straight. I think Reynolds just gave him the lead back. It's a good run right there. That was kind of a little bit of a crossover move, but the 10 car takes the lead. Good move by the 33 car to crawl up in there. That's Ryan Reynolds fighting for second place right now. On the outside, there's not much out here. Where I've seen the high side the weakest. Oh, Patrick Geiger off of turn 4. This will set up an interesting restart. All right, sorry about that. Checking a different internet feed here, monitoring some of our systems. We are doing a test for next week. Really happy with what we've got going on now. Jerry Cantrell, or punt him. 21 went early. I agree, Rod. That's what I thought, too. You know how this Monday morning critiquing goes. 1 to go. Let's watch this start real close, Rod. Rod Carsey is still on the race committee. I shouldn't say this. People try and lobby him, but he'll be on the race committee from Indiana watching video, making calls, just like what we thought that was a little bit early jump start. The 10 car's your leader, Ryan Reynolds. He'll set the pace. Smoking Dirt Bert Stevens on the outside. Watch this close, Rod Carsey. 10 has the right to go first. Clean start. Should set the 33 up. Dirt Bert comes in down below. Tries to get to the back bumper of the 10. 10 cars quick through the middle, and he's smart to do so. Get the heck out of Dodge when the man behind you is the one you just put the bumper to take the lead, although it was a little bit of a cutoff move, we'll say. Kind of chopped him off. That's racing. 33 car taking a look. 33 car is Ryan Reynolds, not to be confused with Sean Reynolds. Working over the back bumper of the 40 car. He's got a big run on the inside. Labree's got a big run. He's going to try and come with him down here in 3. Here comes Labree. If he's smart, he'll get that 9 car, that bright 9 car in that hole right now and push Bert Stevens back to 4th. Geiger could push him all the way back to 5th. Geiger's got to get that car in there in that battle for 3rd. Now it's a battle for 4th. Here comes Geiger on the inside. Geiger's a little tight in the middle, so this could be a negative combination right here. Geiger's got to shut it down. Dirt Bert's smart to pin him down. Dirt Bert Stevens from the lead all the way back to 5th. Let me check my notes here for Zach and for J.J. Branson. J.J. Branson bet on the 4th place car. He's got $5 on the line against Zach, and Zach's got that camera all over the leader. It's got a $5 bill pinned to the roof for Zach. Best battle right now on the track, 2nd place. We've got Ryan Reynolds in the 33 coming under fire. The 9 car of Labree crawling up on him ever so slightly. Little by little, he's crawling up on him. I'm reading a few notes. Rod Carsey watching closely. Al Kennedy loved the real-time response. A lot better than last week. 40 has this. Yeah, Al, we're, like I said before, we're working hard on these live streams, even though our priority is our MAV TV show. Dirt Bert Stevens around in turn 4, lap 41, going to 48, and it's Dirt Bert Stevens that brings out the caution down there in turn 4. Forty must have burned up his tires. 40 was actually pretty good, and I'd agree with you, Al. He started slowing down in the center of the corner, And both the Reynolds cars and the Labrie car, the 10, the 9, and the 33, are really opening the track up. It's like they could hear what we were saying earlier, really spreading the car wide, opening that entry and sweeping the corner with a lot of speed. I think that takes care of the tires, and we see that a lot with our Pro Late Model Series and our Junior Late Model Series. The drivers that can be really smooth, a lot comes into play with tires. Now, in defense of the MST and sedan drivers, they typically run 25 lappers. I think you can go wide open. Today they're going 48 laps. A lot more abuse on the tires where it comes into play, and we see that a lot with our late models. Lights are out, lap 41 going to 48. Rod Carsley, if you're still with me, keep your eyes glued on the box. Brothers in the box, the 10 car's leader. Good start the way I saw it. And here comes the 9 car of Labrie. He got an excellent start. He's been off on the starts. Big run right here. Let's see what he can do with the 33 of Ryan Reynolds down here in turn 3. The 9 car was tracking him down, coming to lap 42 of 48. Here comes the 9. Good drive off the corner by Ryan Reynolds in the 33. Little by little, he's putting a lot more rubber down the high side. That was close. The 9 car slides across the corner. Not sure if he was going for a little bumper tag of the 33 or not, but kind of an odd way to enter the corner. And now he finds himself under big pressure from the 21 of Patrick Geiger. Big battle right now with the 33 of Parr and 301 of Thomas McGray. I'll give you a report. We're going to stay with the leaders. Go ahead and stay with the leaders. We've got a big battle here, Zach. And I'll give the folks a report. Right now it's Parr by about a nose on that battle. Looks like something's wrong with the 40 car. He's off the pace, but brothers Reynolds are chaining up nose to tail. I want to see if that 33 car of Ryan Reynolds can run him down. We've got lap 44 coming to 45 of 48. 3 to go. Big battle for third right now. We've got Patrick Geiger on the inside of the 9 car. Big battle right now. Geiger making a run on the inside of Labrie. Labrie's backing up. Geiger's been a little tight right there where the car scoots across. Labrie's a little loose on exit. Side by side going. We've got 2 to go. We'll stay with this battle as long as we can. Ryan Reynolds is tracking his brother down. He's 2 car lengths away heading to the white flag. Good side-by-side battle. Right now, Zach's going to pick up the leader for us. We're just going to jump right to the leader in turn 1. Off of turn 2's our leader. The 10 car goes by Dirtbert Stevens. It's wounded. Geiger and Labrie going at it, but it's going to be Sean Reynolds takes the checkered flag, followed by Ryan Reynolds. Then we've got Patrick Geiger, Kyle Labrie. And in the battle for the sedans coming across the start-finish line, you're going to see the 33 of Andrew Parr take the victory over Thomas McGray. Well, we'll go down and grab some quick interviews. I know it's not the greatest. We're using one microphone. It's a little bit tough, but the feed lasted. And we did 3 switches, 2 hours, 1 minute. A lot of work went into this week. So between myself and the guys that help, folks down at Terradac, we appreciate it. I'm going to head down to Victory Lane. We'll be right back with you. All right, I'm down trackside. You got me, Zach? All good? You text or you message JJ on there? Make sure everybody knows he owes you 5. And since he bet on 2 cars, I think he should owe you 10. He was hedging his bet, right? He had 2 to try and beat your 1. I think that's worth $10. JJ, if you're listening, we're going to put another $10 on your next pit pass, and we're going to hand that over to Zach. Just a second, we're going to have number 1 of 2 Reynolds boys coming up. keep them apart? Okay. So do you ever call Sean Ryan when they were little, or? Oh, is he? Okay, so they just look the same now. So Sean's always been the older one. So. All right, Sean, when you're ready. Anytime you're ready, Sean. Talk as close into the mic as you can.
Okay.
And then very directional, so stand as close as you can. All right, that was a very exciting race. Didn't look very easy though. You're usually dominant. What was that race like for you?
Well, it was a little bit tough after rebuilding the race cars after the big crash 2 races ago. But we got it back together, and looks like we got back together great.
How different was your race car compared to what it had been in the past? How different, is it handling? Does it feel like a different car? Because it looked different.
It is a different car. I'm a little bit tight. It's pushy coming off, so I got to figure out what's going on there. But we're just trying to get the geometry back to the way it was.
Okay, there was a couple of times it's like on a razor's edge. Is that edge real close where it's at right now?
Yeah,
Very flexible.
it was getting a little bit tight, and then it would just snap loose on me. So that's what was happening.
Okay, tell me a little bit about when Bert looked really tough. You finally ran him down. What did it take to get by Bert?
Unfortunately, I got in the back of him. But no, I was trying to do an over-under on him. He kept.
What was he doing at that point?
He was coming down, run a lower line while I was trying to go outside and get underneath him. He would run a little bit lower line to block my line.
Yeah.
So I'd have to try to work him on the outside.
Yeah, that's racing too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely hard racing. That was good.
Who helps you on board the car? What sponsors?
We have Diamond Star Investments, Ridgeline Capital Investments. We have Leap Truck and Auto Body. We have KMA Performance and Fabrication, and King Coventry Race Engines.
4th of July weekend, what's that mean to you, and what do you have to say to the fans watching?
Well, it means everything. Love America, and God bless USA, and thank you for everybody for tuning in, and enjoy the weekend.
All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Little brother, huh? Oh, yeah. I thought you guys were twins.
Everybody does, right?
All right, second place, hard-fought battle. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a good race in the first half. Everybody was, really close together. It was a tight battle. Everyone, gave enough room to where it was close racing, but it was a good race. And my brother just, he must have dialed his car in for the second half because his car came to life, and I didn't have anything for him. I was trying my hardest to run him down, but I didn't have anything for him.
Speaking of the second half of the race, you mentioned he dialed his car in. What changes did you guys make at the half? And having that halfway break, how'd that change the race for you?
I think he did air pressure change. I think we both did air pressure changes, and it helped the car turn through the center. Made mine a little loose. I may have gone a little too far, but it seems like it brought his car to life. And that's all we did is basically air and fuel.
What sponsors? Who helps you?
Actually, I want to thank Bert Stevens. He came over and helped me time the car this morning and helped me work on it, get things figured out this morning. So I want to thank him. And I want to thank Diamond Star Investments, Herzog Roofing, my brother, of course, for helping me get the car back together after the big motor blow and the wreck and everything. And we just worked our butts off, and we're glad it paid off.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Patrick, when you're ready. Patrick, tell us about your race.
Third.
Third, that was it.
Yeah.
All right, looked like you had a winning race car for most of the race.
Yeah.
What happened to the car? What was it handling?
I think the tires were giving out on me. It was starting to get real loose on me, so
Yep.
it was everything I could do to keep it on the track. Stayed in it, even when it was loose, and it cost me once. Spun out. So.
Tell me about the longer race, 48 laps compared to what you normally do. How's that change things, and then how does the halftime break come into play for you?
Yeah, I definitely should have made a change. I contemplated putting a round or two in the right front, tighten it up, and I didn't do it, and I regretted it. I probably could have maybe won the race had I done it, but we live and learn.
Tell us about the sponsors on board your car. Who helps you?
I got Leap Truck Body Repair, JR Industrial for my buddy. He passed away last season, so trying to get a win for him this year. We'll keep working, but Bert Stevens Motorsports for the motor. Yeah, and that's it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Kenny.
Happy 4th.
You too. Trump 2020. Oh yeah. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Ken. Happy
Okay.
4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Your day.
You know what? Practice wasn't that great yesterday, and we took all day, and finally we got something in the end. Today we started off really good, but towards the end, the car started going away and started having some issues. But all in all, we were able to hold them off, and should be
It
good.
was a really competitive race between you two, but what do you think, Jason Lawton? I was really looking forward to you and Jason going toe-to-toe before he broke. Do you think you would have had anything for Jason?
You know what? It's hard to tell. My water temps were getting up there, so I had to back off a little bit. So it would have been a battle between us who had the cooler water temperature, I guess. Would have been fun.
Longer race, certainly.
Yeah.
It's always a fun race. Something, you know, the Reverend Ron Spencer and the Jeff Dorn Classic. Tell us who helps you out on that race car to make all those laps.
All right, first thing, I'd like to thank God for letting me do this. I think my wife, without her, this wouldn't be possible. She allows me to spend countless hours out in the shop getting this thing ready. My boy and then my dad, they're my crew here. Again, without them, it's not possible. I'd like to give a special thanks to the Reynolds brothers out here. Yesterday we broke apart, and if it wasn't for them having the part on hand, we wouldn't have been able to race today. Lastly, I'd like to thank my two sponsors, Complete Car Care out of Fresno and Pearl Sheet Metal out of Madera. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Happy 4th of July. Send Thomas over here when you get through. Hello, Thomas. Nice and close to that. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you.
Tell me
Same
about
to
your
you.
race. How was it?
The race went well. You know, it's all a matter of getting the setup right. And, you know, I think I need to add an extra leaf on the driver's side. It needs to have a little bit more of a bowl, so when you're going in, it plants and then that comes down. That's what the other guy was telling me. He's pretty quick. And, but outside that, it was a good race.
Now, you like to run the outside a lot, which is unique, and I like the outside of this track too. Tell me about that. What's it like running the outside around this track versus the bottom?
I don't know. For me, I don't know. It's just coincident or whatever. It seems like the car wants to ride there. So I don't know if it's just the way I drive it in, because I kind of drive in hard, and I don't use any brake. So that's why I probably can't get to the bottom. Maybe if I did brake or let off a little earlier, I could go to the bottom.
Tell me about your sponsors. Who helps out?
Bert Stevens, Bert's Engines. He has been doing a lot of work. Did the motor and helps me at the shop with, you know, things. He's in the MST, so it's a little bit different than a Toyota, but he helps me a lot. And Tower District Records in Fresno, and iWorks 2010. I mean, sorry about that. And that's my sponsors.
All right. Have a happy 4th. Congratulations.
You too.
Good run.
Thanks for the trophy.
All right. Thank you. All right. You still with me, Zach? Did you get that money out of JJ yet? Yep. Did you get anything out of him or 5? That was a double bet there. You're welcome. Thanks for supporting us and coming out. We appreciate it. All right, I'm going to work my way back upstairs. Little tiny crew, fun little afternoon. Hold on, we got Manny coming down here. This is Manny Gonzalez Sr., not to be confused with Junior. What's happening, Manny?
How's it going?
Good.
I was just going to talk to you, but
All right, I'll come see you in a minute. Let me get finished up here. Rarely do you ever have a Saturday at a racetrack when, thank you, Ken, that somebody doesn't come up after the event and say, hey, you got a minute? Can I talk to you? It can be a variety of things. Sometimes it's, what do you put on your tri-tip before you cook it? Other times, did you see that guy hit me in the rear? We're going to work our way upstairs real quick before I sign off. Going to check this feed. To all of our staff that came out. Appreciate them very much spending their 4th of July with us. Feed looks good. 2 hours, 13 minutes. 37 seconds we've been on. Dropped a couple of times. The backup kicked right in, did its job. So next Saturday night, July 11th, that is our next TV race. Tune in at 6 p.m. here on ShortTrack TV. We'll have between 13 and 17 cameras rolling at all times to give you a big show. Drink a Aquafina water there. Had to water the pipes a little bit there. My old sponsor, give them a plug. Let's see, who else is on here real quick? Go, Andy. Now we're getting a little bit of static here and there. Big Al, the reason for that is we're using one microphone that's our interview mic that doesn't like to be any more than about 20 feet away from a camera that we're pulling it probably 50 yards away from, something like that, maybe 40 yards. Next week, like I say, we'll have all the gear, broadcast unit, everything. This is done with just a few pieces of equipment this weekend. So, again, July 11th, our next race, MAV TV televised race, 5150 Junior late models, Nut Up Pro late models. Speaking of Nut Up, they're the ones that give us the horsepower to produce these live feeds. So any of you guys out there, make sure you hit nutup.com, order some product, delicious, healthy almond products. That's who's keeping these feeds for free. Most of my friends in the racing business are doing these broadcasts pay-per-view. We're doing them free of charge, and it's nutup.com that's giving us the horsepower to do that. So until next Saturday night, 6 o'clock, you'll see different links that'll go out on our Facebook page. Links will go out on our pretty much everywhere. We'll have stories, our website, racemadera.com. You can check things out there, www.racemadera.com. So until next Saturday night, thanks for tuning in, guys. Looks like we made a lot of improvements. All the aches and pains worked out. We'll see you guys next Saturday night here on ShortTrack TV.